Now looks for the run of Son. Finds Son. Son's in. Finds the gap of Heung-min Son. Kulusevski's in. Sessegnon this time goes for goal. Oh my word. Welcome back everyone and welcome to episode 6 of my FIFA 22 career mode with Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. And it is an incredibly busy episode that we have ahead as we are in the December month of fixtures. So I'm going to dive straight in to our Premier League standings. And as you can see, we are 6th in the table after 3 back-to-back draws against Everton, Leeds and Fulham in the previous episode, but we do have a lot of games to get through today, so hopefully we can claw our way back up the table. So let's quickly go ahead over to the calendar to see what we've got going on today. So there are 8 games going on in this calendar this episode. So we've got a home game against Brentford that I'm going to sim, got a home game against Bournemouth that I am going to play. Then we've got our final, we've got a Europa Conference League game. I'm not actually sure if it's our final one, but we've got a game that I'm going to sim. I'm going to play the game against Brighton, sim the game against Leicester, play Liverpool, sim Palace, and then finish off with a tough played game away at Southampton. So 4 games played, 4 games simmed. So we're going to start off with the sim game against Brentford. Let's get into it. And as you can see, we do have a bit of fatigue running through the team already at the start of this month, so I have made a few changes before we kick the game off. We've still got Lloris in goal, Tanganga, Lacroix and Sanchez at the back, Spence, Perisic as the wing-backs, got Bentancur in for Basuma, I've kept Højbjerg and Kulusevski, and I've swapped out Richarlison and Lucas Moura for Son and Harry Kane. So let's see how we get on in this quick sim. And fortunately, it is a 3-2 win, so a goal in the 88th minute by Richarlison after they equalised with Zanka in the 87th minute. So great stuff from Richarlison, 2 goals from him and 1 goal for Lucas Moura. He's on fire. Whenever we sim games, he always seems to score at least 1, a lot of the time 2 and even a hat-trick before. So yeah, great start to the episode, 3-2 against Brentford. Let's head on to our next game away at Bournemouth. So as you can see, more rotation in this December period. A lot of my first team has come back into the team. Longley, Dyer, Romero in defence, Royale and Sessegnon come back in the wing-back positions. Basuma comes in, Skip replaces Højbjerg, as does Brian Hill replaces Kulusevski, and of course Kane and Son back up front. For Bournemouth, it's a 4-3-3 for them, can't get my words out. And looking through their team, looks like they've got a few players like Pearson, Rothwell and Christie who have also got a bit of fatigue as well. So hopefully with our refreshed team, we can take advantage at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So away we go then, Bournemouth to kick us off in the first played game of this episode. And after a solid result against Fulham, let's hope we can get another solid result here against Bournemouth to try and leap ourselves back up into those Champions League positions. But so far, Bournemouth keeping the ball well, but Basuma with a good challenge. To be honest, I wasn't too sure about Basuma when I first started. He wasn't playing particularly well in pre-season for me, but he's actually come in for quite a few games in place of Bentancur, and he's actually been really, really good. So he's managed to keep his place ahead of him. But let's see how long that lasts for. But Basuma tried to play the ball in there, and just as I was talking about him, he gives it away. So maybe Bentancur will be back in sooner than we think. Brian Hill looking for the run of Sessegnon, finds him. Sessegnon just gets there in time. I'm going to play this along the floor. It's Basuma to Hill. Good chance there, good early chance inside the first 20 minutes. Lovely little knockoff from Basuma, and Brian Hill first time, full of power, but didn't have the right precision I should say, and puts it wide. And Hill, surprisingly, wins that. Brian Hill is another one that I've been very impressed with in the limited appearances he's had. He's done pretty well. Sessegnon now looks for the run of Son, finds Son, Son's in. Good save again from the goalkeeper. Back to Longley, out to Dyer. Looking for Sessegnon, finds Sessegnon. Brian Hill finds Sessegnon again. Sessegnon's going to stand this up. Expected a better ball from him, but Sessegnon wins it back. Brian Hill gives it to Skip, to Hill. Brian Hill. Good defending again. They get another block in. Brian Hill getting himself into some good areas. He's had a couple of shots now. Unfortunate with that one, that was on target, so it was a good block from the defender. Son's going to try and swing this one in once again into the penalty area. Can Brian Hill get there? Again, it's the smallest man on the pitch. The ball always seems to fall to in the penalty area. Bit silly, really. Brian Hill Did the best he could. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Poor from him. Expected a little bit more composure there. Williams has it. Christie back to Williams. He's going to be able to float this one in. Longlay's going to try and block the cross. He does manage to. And that is a dodgy... What just happened there? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Don't tell me that's half-time. That is a horrendous time to blow the whistle. Heung-min Son had just skipped away from the defender. We had Harry Kane in the centre with only one of their centre-backs. What a horrendous time to blow the whistle. Very frustrating. Or to Christie. We stand off of him. What is going on with the player switching here? Rothwell has it. Good defending. Skip manages to get that away to Kane. Looking for Brian Hill. Out to Sessegnon. Sessegnon's got acres of space to run into here. Sessegnon got loads of space. Goes for the shot. Poor decision making from me then. Could have passed it to Brian Hill. I should have passed it to Brian Hill. And Bournemouth get away again. Heung-min Son has it. Brian Hill. Can he give it back to Heung-min Son? He can. Surely for 1-0. It is 1-0. Heung-min Son wraps it round the goalkeeper. Brian Hill involved again. He's had a really strong 70-odd minutes in this game. Lovely through ball from him. Dragged the defender out. Manages to then just turn it round the corner. Gives it back to Heung-min Son. Wraps it round the goalkeeper. Tottenham 1, Bournemouth 0. Gets that into the box. But doesn't manage to reach a Bournemouth player. But they will win it back after some pretty shoddy defending from Richarlison. Stanislas has it. Gives it out wide to an unmarked Christie. Now out to Williams. Can they get the ball in? They can. And the Reese will take that easily. Throws it out to Richarlison. Can we counter here? No, we cannot. Sloppy from us. We do not need to be this sloppy. We are 1-0 up. Moore has it. Straight at Longley. Bournemouth win it again. Emerson Royale gets there first, but Bentancur now. And that will be that. I was looking at Kane. I was thinking there's no chance you're going to be able to get away from the defender. You do not have the pace. But either way, it doesn't matter. The game ends 1-0. We do get another win here in the Premier League. It's our second win of the episode so far. It was a tight affair, maybe a little bit tighter than it needed to be against Bournemouth, but we got the win. That's what's important. Heung-min Son got his goal. We win here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium 1-0. Let's go on to our next game in the Europa Conference League. So because of our very busy December schedule, I have gone a bit rogue here and I've gone heavy on the rotation with lots of my players. And you can even see Fraser Forster is even in for Hugo Lloris, so he gets his first game, his first start as well of this season. I've got Tanganga, Lacroix and Sanchez, so I've got a pretty solid back line. I've got Jed Spence, but I've also got Udogi, I think that's his name. He's actually on loan with Udinese at the moment, but for some reason it wouldn't let me do that on FIFA, so he's in the team here. I've put him at left wing back. I've got Harvey White, Skip and Alfie Devine in central midfield with Richarlison and Dane Scarlett up front. Dane Scarlett, again, this season he's actually on loan with Portsmouth, but again, I'm not able to do it on FIFA. So, yeah, got a lot of youngsters in this. We are still level on points with Rennes. We are through the group, but we aren't guaranteed top. So this is a bit of a risk, but as I said, we do have quite a busy schedule, so I think it's a risk that I'm willing to take. So let's see how we get on. And it's a risk very much worth taking. A 3-0 win at home in our very last Europa Conference League game. Dane Scarlett on his debut in the Europa Conference League, getting a goal, getting on the score sheet in the 77th minute. Davinson Sanchez and Richarlison again getting on the score sheet. So easy does it, easy win. We will sail through top of the group, and I'm very, very happy about that. So good for the youngsters to get some minutes, and good for us to continue our winning streak in this episode. So it's on to Brighton away next. Games coming thick and fast in this December period and in this episode. And as you can see, because of the heavy rotation that I did in the Europa Conference League, I am now back to a full strength team. So Lloris back in goal, Longley, Dyer, Romero at the back, Royale and Sessegnon in the wing back positions, Basuma, Højbjerg, Kulusevski in midfield with Harry Kane and Heung-min Son up front. And as for Brighton, they've gone 5 at the back, 3 in midfield, 2 up front. So they're going to match us at the back with 3. They're going to match us with the wing-backs. Tariq Lamptey, definitely one to look out for. Got lots of pace on that right-hand side. They shouldn't get outnumbered in the midfield either. So, going to be very, very interesting. Almost like for like. We do have Kulusevski in a slightly more advanced position. So, whether or not that he will be able to do any damage in this game will be very, very interesting. But either way, let's head over to the Amex Stadium for Brighton against Tottenham Hotspur. Højbjerg to Sessegnon. Good from him. Son tried to knock that on to Højbjerg as well, but just couldn't quite get there. And Brighton have it now in a good position. And they've got the winger, Tariq Lamptey, free. He's going to drive this in. Good save from Hugo Lloris. Dangerous times there. Kulusevski trying to put the tackle in. Brighton, heavy pressure early doors. Managed to get that ball in. Good shot again, but deflected. And Basuma just heads that straight into our penalty area. And Dyer just gives that straight back to them. Danny Welbeck, Basuma there again. He's had a cracking opening 12 minutes here in this game. So he's been pretty much everywhere, making tackles left, right and centre. So thank goodness I've started with him. As Sessegnon now plays it down the line to Heung-min Son. Has he got options in the middle? He's got Harry Kane, but he doesn't look for him straight away. Goes for the shot. I probably should have looked for him, but there it is. Harry Kane, 1-0 Tottenham. It was Højbjerg who looked for him. Lovely little header down. Harry Kane on his own inside the 6-yard area. We lead 1-0 here against Brighton, and that is a great start to this game. The perfect start to an away fixture, a tricky away fixture at Brighton. Lovely finish on the half volley from Harry Kane right into the top corner. Keeper with absolutely no chance here. It's another goal for Harry Kane. It's his 9th goal in 15 matches. It's our first here at the Amex Stadium, and it's Tottenham 1, Brighton 0. Not really too many options here. Højbjerg again, Basuma, Kane. Can he stretch this defence? He can. Goes for the shot, comes out to Kulusevski. Can Kulusevski strike? Straight at Sanchez. I did try and finesse that, try and bend that into the top corner, but unfortunately just didn't get enough power on it. And Brighton get away with that one. Difficult challenge there from the defender, and really we should have a free kick because we didn't really get much of an advantage there. I think the referee at some point will take that back and probably give the defender a yellow card, but we do have the ball now. Basuma to Emerson, not to Emerson Royale, to Romero, but Emerson Royale back to Romero now. Romero just looking for a gap, finds the gap of Heung-min Son. Kulusevski's in. That is a good save from Sanchez. Kulusevski picking up a really nice position there. Could I have struck it earlier? Probably could. But Sanchez manages to beat it away for a Tottenham corner. Heung-min Son going to throw this one in. No one in the box to get their head on it. Basuma back out wide to Heung-min Son. Can I throw this one in? I can. Dyer has it now. Dyer took it down on his chest with lots of time, but couldn't quite get the shot away, and that will end the first half, and it will end 1-0 to Tottenham at the Amex Stadium. Welbeck has it in the box. Emerson Royale manages to get that away. Can Højbjerg make that? He can. And now we have the break. We have switched to 3 up front. We've gone 4-3-3. Kulusevski goes out wide. Brian Hill has come on in the centre. As we have it there, Son, lovely goal. 2-0 Tottenham Hotspur. Lovely play. Sessegnon just drilled it back into the box. Cut it back to Heung-min Son. Lovely finesse shot round the goalkeeper. And bringing on the extra man in that midfield, allowing us to, have an extra man up front with Kulusevski, bringing Brian Hill on in the hole behind Harry Kane. It's given us that extra man just in the attacking positions, and it's paid off straight away as Heung-min Son bends that round the goalkeeper, just like he did the first time. It's his second of the game, it's our second. It's Tottenham 2, Brighton 0. He's done really well for us so far this season. Bentancur gives it to Brian Hill. Brian Hill with a lot of space to run into, but decides to run straight into the defender. And our defender runs straight past Danny Welbeck. They give it out wide. Tariq Lamptey, so much speed and energy. Gets it away. That is the best chance of the game for Brighton. It's Gross. Lovely cutback from Tariq Lamptey. Hugo Lloris was beaten, but so was our goal, just wide from Gross. About to say Christian Gross, the former Tottenham manager back in the 90s. I don't know where I got that from, but either way, great chance for Brighton there, but they couldn't make it count. And I'm sure now, with 1 minute left, this game will surely end 2-0 to me, and hopefully we will pick up another win in this episode. So it's been really productive so far, and that is it. Game over here at the Amex Stadium. It's another win for us. It is a clean sheet away from home, so that's us contributing to our board objective. So Really, really good all-round performance here today. Really, really happy with that. Son on the score sheet twice. 2 goals from him, 2 goals for us. It finishes Brighton 0, Tottenham 2. So the game's still coming thick and fast. This time on to the next one with Leicester City away at the King Power Stadium. And as you can see, again, I've kept the same formation, but lots more rotation in this busy December period. So the Reece keeps his place in goal, but Sanchez, Dyer and Lacroix start in central defence. Jed Spence and Perisic come in the wing-back positions. I've got Skip and Bentancur that come in for Højbjerg and Basuma. Brian Hill coming in that cam position. Son keeps his place up front, but I've brought Richarlison in for Kane. I definitely want Kane fit and firing for the Liverpool game that is up next. And as you can see with Leicester City, they've gone 4-2-3-1, playing Maddison out wide on the right-hand side. Bit of a strange position for him, but maybe he can't get in that central position. I don't know what his form's been like so far this year, but still, we will go and sim this game as we do have so many in this episode. So I'm going to sim this game. Let's see how we get on. And the positive results keep on coming. It's another one in the win column for us. 2-0 at Leicester City. We keep another clean sheet. Bentancur and Son get on the score sheet. Basuma, Kane and Lucas also came on as subs. So it'll be interesting to see what Basuma and Kane's fitness is going to be like ahead of Liverpool. But we get the job done. Another clean sheet, another positive result. We've won every single game, both played and simmed in this episode so far. So fingers crossed it bodes well for the Liverpool game. So just before we move on to the big one against Liverpool, I just wanted to recap and show you the Premier League table once again to show you how much is riding on this game. We are back up into third after a phenomenal run of games and positive results for us in this episode so far. So we're level on points with Manchester City, but they have scored 1 extra goal for us than us, so they do manage to stay ahead of us. But Liverpool, they're starting to pull clear of both us and Manchester City. 5 points clear at the top, 39 points. So I think this is going to be a very, very difficult game. An exciting game, but a very difficult one. We've got Manchester United breathing down our neck in 4th. They're only 3 points behind us. Aston Villa have dropped down a little bit, and you can see Chelsea and Arsenal starting to claw their way back up. They've got 26 points, so they're 8 points off us, but with only 17 games played, anything can happen in the second half of the season. But yeah, huge game to come now at home against Liverpool. So let's go and see the lineups and see how we're going to kick off. So it's back to our usual strongest lineup. Lloris in goal, Longley, Dyer and Romero at the back, Royal and Sessegnon in the wing-back positions, Basuma, Højbjerg and Kulusevski in that cam role with Kane and Heung-min Son up front. You can see Liverpool obviously in their normal 4-3-3 formation. Alisson in goal, Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk and new signing De Vrij in centre-back. Fabinho, Henderson and Thiago in the middle with Salah, Roberto Firmino and Diaz up front. So similar to the other big games, a lot of excitement here, a lot of nervousness. I know Liverpool are phenomenal on FIFA, so yeah, let's head over to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and see how we get on. So Heung-min Son to kick off what is one of the biggest games that we are going to play, or we have played so far this season. Huge game here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Liverpool. And to be honest, right now, with the form that Liverpool are in and how good they are on FIFA, I will take a draw. At the end of the day, I don't see myself winning the title this year. I think that is beyond us, but it's definitely not beyond Liverpool. For us, the most important thing is Champions League. Just as I say that, we do carve out a decent opportunity. Kane's going to throw that one back in. Sessegnon will pick that up. Kulusevski, good block. I think that was from Van Dijk. A phenomenal block from Van Dijk just when Kulusevski was going to pull the trigger. So, yeah, interesting start. Just as I was saying, I'm a bit nervous. It was actually a decent start against Liverpool. Don't want to get ahead of myself. But, yeah, if we can keep carving them open like that, then hopefully we will score a goal. But just as I say that, it's a poor pass from Basuma. And Liverpool have a throw. Good ball across. Longley wins that. And we can break here with Kulusevski. Kulusevski now runs. Oh, that is a poor ball. Son was on, he just wouldn't run for some reason. I knew I didn't have the pace with Kulusevski, that's why I wanted to play the through ball. But Firmino now dropping into that false 9 position. I had the same problem with Phil Foden when I played Man City. And I think I'm going to have the same problem here with Firmino. Phil Foden was getting into loads of good pockets of space, and he actually scored from that false 9 position. But we are in here. Liverpool pressing high. Sessegnon into the box. Passes this through. Højbjerg. It's 1-0. It's 1-0 Tottenham. I was about to say it's 1-0 Liverpool. It's not. I thought I was so used to... I was getting used to having to say 1-0 Liverpool. But we take the lead. Great stuff. Liverpool wide open after pressing so high. Harry Kane was offside there. So I thought when I was going to play the ball through, it was actually going to be played to Harry Kane and he was going to be offside. But fortunately, it gets played back to Højbjerg. And Højbjerg passes that into the back of the net. And we are 1-0 up here against Liverpool. So maybe the momentum is carrying us forward here. The momentum of the positive results so far this episode. We lead Liverpool 1-0. And fingers crossed we can keep it that way. Firmino dropping into that space. I mentioned the space earlier. He's dropping in there again. I can sense I'm going to have problems with that. Basuma to Son. Can he find Sessegnon? He can. It's a carbon copy of the previous goal. Sessegnon this time goes for goal. Oh my word. Over the bar. Needed a bit of composure there. Van Dijk had cut off the angle, so I couldn't pass it across the box. All I needed to do was just slide that in. We're not going to get that many opportunities in this game. We have to take them. We didn't take it, and it remains 1-0. Fabinho gives that away to Son. Liverpool have been poor so far. Kane to Son. It's 2-0. What is going on here? We seem to be turning up in the big games. 6-0 against United. And it's now 2-0 against Liverpool. Heung-min Son with a great finish past Alisson after a 1-2 with Harry Kane. I think it was Fabinho with a poor pass. Gave it straight to Heung-min Son. Little bounce pass off of Harry Kane. The dynamic duo combining again. And Heung-min Son on his left foot drills past Alisson into the back of the net. And we lead here against the league leaders 2-0. Mo Salah. Another poor ball. Liverpool at 6s and 7s at the back. But fortunately they managed to hold on to it. And Thiago now will give it back to Mo Salah, who's been pretty quiet so far this game. Although he has got the ball in a difficult position. But Longley manages to block the cross. That was an unbelievable cross. And a bit of a dodgy pass back there from... I think it was from from Romero. Fortunately, we managed to keep hold of it, but we don't keep hold of it as Mo Salah now has it. But fortunately, Romero brilliantly intercepts Kulusevski, and Liverpool wide open again. It's Sessegnon to drive into the box. Can he make amends? He can't, but it doesn't matter. Harry Kane gets the goal, and it's 3-0. What is going on in these big games? For some reason, I think these teams, they press so high up the pitch and they leave themselves so open in the wing-back positions. Maybe it's the formation we're playing. It's just given us so many more options in those wing-back positions. I don't know, but Kane with a bit of an unorthodox control there. But either way, it doesn't matter how he controlled the ball. What matters is he put the ball in the back of the net. It is 3-0 to Tottenham inside the first half. And are we going to have another Man United style demolition here? Can he go past Emerson Royale? He can. Sold myself a little bit there with Royale. Tried to put the tackle in. I was very late. Gets that ball across, but Dyer will win that. Can Basuma get there? He can't. Lovely. That is beautiful from Thiago. And that is way over the bar and wide from Luis Diaz. It deserved a goal purely from the touch and the pass from Thiago, but stays 3-0. As that was a very odd leave there from our player, but Son will pick that up. Kulusevski looks for the run of Sessegnon, finds Sessegnon, doesn't find the cross, and Alisson picks that up again. We're carving Liverpool open here, to be completely honest. We really, I can sense more goals. I really can. Look how much Liverpool are pressing forward here. They're leaving themselves so open. Emerson Royale looking for the right ball. Can he find it? He can. But our player, I think that's Kulusevski, couldn't find the right finish. It was a volley, it was a difficult volley. Caught it all wrong. Ends up bouncing over the bar from about 6 yards out as Henderson comes off for Keita. Trying to inject a little bit more urgency, a bit more energy in that midfield. And it remains 3-0 here. Eric Dyer, Liverpool pressing so high. If we can beat the press, we can get up ahead of them. But we couldn't beat the press then. Well, we actually could. Basuma, look at the space Basuma has. Look at the space Son has. Son's going to play this through. Harry Kane, has he got any sort of pace? No, I'm going to play this through ball. Sessegnon with a brilliant chance to make it 4. Lashed at that. Could have just played it across the goal to get that into the back of the net and to make it 4-0. He doesn't manage to do it. You've got Reese with the free kick. Longley looking for options. It's just keep ball at the moment, to be honest. We can just keep hold of this. If we can beat the press, we are in again. That's Kulusevski now. Looking for Longley. Finds him. Benton Core. Doesn't matter. Doesn't need to play any more balls. We do not need to beat the press, as that is it. 3-0 against the league leaders. I'll be completely honest with you. My players are absolutely delighted. I'm delighted. I thought that was going to be a real struggle. Liverpool are normally brilliant on FIFA. And I normally lose to Liverpool whenever I play them in old FIFA games. But the press was relentless. It was so high from Liverpool. They left gaping holes in their defence. Gaping holes on the right and left hand side of their defence. And our wing-backs, Sessegnon in particular, was able to take advantage. Højbjerg, Son and Kane in the first half all found themselves on the score sheet. 3 goals for us in this game. We will bring ourselves, hopefully, above Manchester City, but we will bring ourselves back in contention for the title, which isn't even an objective this season. But I think Liverpool will be able to hold on to the title, or at least they've got more than us over the course of a whole season. But yeah, what a finish. Great win. 3-0 here against Liverpool. So after that brilliant win against Liverpool, we are straight back into it. Another game. I've said the games are thick and fast this episode. This is our 7th game of the episode. It will be a sim game. It will be at home against Crystal Palace. And as you can see, more rotation in my team. Romero, Lacroix and Longley in defence. Spence and Perisic in the wing-back positions replace Emerson Royale and Sessegnon. Bentancur, Højbjerg and Brian Hill in the cam position. And Kane up front with Richarlison, who takes the place of Heung-min Son. And as for Crystal Palace, they have gone 4-3-3, and pretty interesting from them. Pretty much all of their players, they don't seem to have any level of fatigue. So it's going to be an interesting game here. But I think this is actually going to be a bit trickier than we think. But let's see how we get on. And the positive momentum keeps on coming. It's another win, our 7th win in 7 games in this episode. Heung-min Son gets on the score sheet twice. As I said, I didn't actually start Son, so only little negative to this result is Richarlison's gone off injured. He obviously had to be replaced by Son, but Son came on 2 minutes and then scored 2 minutes later and then got another one in the 76th minute. Benteke almost, well, he got one back for Crystal Palace to make it a bit difficult at the end, but we managed to get through. It's 2-1 for us against Crystal Palace. We've got one more game left in this episode. Can we make it 8 for 8? So here we go, the final game of this episode, and it's the final played game of this episode as well. And as you can see, we are almost back to our starting 11. Only changes really as Tanganga and Sanchez come in for a fatigued Longley and Romero. Apart from that, it's the usual suspects in our team. And as for Southampton, they've gone 4-4-2, so pretty old school lineup and formation for them. The only issue I've had is that Richarlison did pick up an injury in the previous game. I actually checked my inbox, and unfortunately he's only out for 8 days with a bruised leg, so he can't make the bench, so he will miss this game. I've brought Oliver Skipp in onto the bench in place of him, as the only other striker I had was Dane Scarlett. Could have brought him in, but I do have Lucas Moura if I do need to bring on any attacking players, so hopefully I will be okay, and I think some extra legs in midfield will help us, especially with the amount of fatigue that we've had so far in this episode. But last game of the episode, last played game, let's see how we get on at St Mary's. So Southampton to kick us off in this final game of the episode, and straight away it's a poor pass from them. We intercept and we have possession, so hopefully that is an indication of how Southampton are going to play for the remainder of this game, and hopefully that means we can pick up 3 points. As Højbjerg brings it out to Sessegnon. I do have a feeling that this probably will be a bit more of a difficult game than the one against Liverpool. And just as I say that, Basuma gives it away, but he gets it back. I say this would be more difficult because I think Southampton are probably more likely to stick 10 men behind the ball, whereas Liverpool pressed us very high and allowed us to attack in the gaps that they then left. So, yeah, going to be interesting to see what Southampton do. But at the moment, they're actually attacking with Maitland-Niles down the right-hand side. Can he get the cross in? He can. Hugo Lloris should get there first, and he does. And he'll throw this out to Emerson Royale, who will almost lose it there. But fortunately, he doesn't. Højbjerg looks over the top. I was looking for the run of Sessegnon. Maitland-Niles gets there first. I think that is going to be a very interesting battle for the rest of this game. I think Adams was offside there. Aribo tries to go round Højbjerg, but we read that well. Kane has it. He'll give that to Basuma. Can't lay it off. Try and lay it off first time to Emerson Royale, who was in acres of space on that right-hand side. Gineppo with the pace almost gets past Davinson Sanchez, but fortunately he is able to make the recovery tackle. So, yeah, I thought he was going to absolutely do me there. But Emerson Royale now in acres of space on this right-hand side. Going to try and find the ball across the box. Højbjerg almost there, but unfortunately for us, Southampton got there first. But it doesn't matter, because Heung-min Son on the volley inside the penalty area gives us the lead. It's 1-0 to Tottenham. Southampton couldn't clear their lines, tried to get it away. It was Emerson Royale who won the header from the left-back. Lovely little layoff to Heung-min Son. And on the half volley, that is a difficult goal to score. Keeper, he probably could have done better. They should have done better there. That wasn't... I thought it was going to be top corner, but actually it wasn't. The keeper should have done a lot better there, but I don't care. It's Heung-min Son's 12th goal in 18 games. He doesn't care. He's absolutely delighted. I'm delighted. We lead here at St Mary's 1-0. Che Adams with the ball gives it to Armstrong in the centre. What can we do here? Gineppo has it. Gineppo very dangerous. So much pace on that left-hand side, but he brings it back to the left-back, who gives it away to Aribo. Looks for Maitland-Niles on the right-hand side. Good strike there. That's from Aribo. Good save from Hugo Lloris. Gave him too much space just outside the penalty area. I wasn't expecting him to shoot there, to be fair. Hopefully we can get this clear. Tanganga in all sorts of trouble. Tries to control it. Ends up hitting it back off of his chest. And Southampton, from nothing, have a corner. They're going to try and swing this one in. Højbjerg can't get there. Oh, and they did win the header, but fortunately Lloris manages to claim it. So far this game has Sessegnon, as Basuma has it, gives it to Højbjerg. Sessegnon was on, but he was offside. Son turns over the bar from Heung-min Son. Decent chance, tried to go for the finesse, but put a bit too much power on it. I do find I am putting a bit too much power on some of my shots. I think some of the shots that maybe I could place a little bit better, I'm blazing over the bar, so that's definitely something that I need to improve on, or maybe my players just need to improve. Maybe I won't take any criticism, but Gineppo in. What was he doing? What? I was going to say, what was Aribo doing there, but it doesn't matter. Southampton get the goal. It's Che Adams with a lovely finish past Hugo Lloris in acres of space inside my penalty box. Woeful defending from my centre-backs. We've got 3 at the back, but they're all over the place. Dyer slipping. That was the opportunity. For some reason, he passed it back. But Adams manages to get the shot away, gets it past Hugo Lloris. Too much space for him. It was just too easy for Southampton. They bring the game back to 1-1. We're level here at St Mary's. And could our 8-win aim be out the window? Doesn't decide to go forward. Instead, he brings it back. But he is on potentially for another pass. I've got to try and track the runner. I do. And Sanchez can pick that one up. Big opportunity there for us. Højbjerg, he's going to look for the run of Sessegnon. That was the ball I was trying to play. I was actually trying to play that out to Sessegnon, but we couldn't find it. And I think it is now time for a substitution. I want to get this win. I want to win every single game so far in this episode. And we've got 20 minutes to do so. So I am going to go far more attacking here. I'm going to put Kulusevski in that cam position. I'm going to bring... I will put Kulusevski on the right. I will take Tanganga off, or will I take Sanchez off? Sanchez got a bit more fatigue, so I'll take Sanchez off, and I will put... I think I will put Bentancur in the cam position, and again, I'm going to go with Lucas Moura out wide on the left-hand side. Perisic does have a better rating on the left-hand side, but doesn't have the pace and the guile that Lucas Moura can offer us. So let's see what we can do. Actually, one more thing. I'm just going to change the position of my two wingers. Just try and bring them slightly closer in to Harry Kane and allow our fullbacks to overlap. So let's see what we can do with these substitutions. Emerson Royale to Basuma. Looking for Højbjerg. Finds Højbjerg. Tries to make the run. Make the ball, sorry, to Sessegnon, but can't get there. And now Southampton have it with Kyle Walker-Peters, but he gives it away to Heung-min Son. Kulusevski has it. Tries to find Sessegnon. Can he get there in time? He can. Going to cross this one in. Kane's there! What an unbelievable goal! What an unbelievable finish from Harry Kane. We lead here against Southampton 2-1, and it's Harry Kane with a phenomenal bicycle kick to give us the lead. Sessegnon with a great cross in, and Harry Kane with a phenomenal finish. Bounced in front of the goalkeeper and the defender. Bounced over them. The header was there. I don't know why he decided to bicycle kick it. But the keeper and the defender both missing it. It bounced above them. It wasn't even in the corner. So a bit of a dodgy goal. But it doesn't matter. We take the lead. We are 2-1 up. And obviously the substitutions that I've just discussed have now been made. And yeah, didn't have the opportunity to change them. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'm hoping that I don't leave myself too vulnerable at the back now. But maybe we can go ahead and kill this game. Kane tried to play a one-touch pass. Didn't manage to get it off. And Southampton now have an opportunity with Armstrong. Armstrong here. He's going to strike. Lloris with a good save. And I did mention I do not want to leave myself exposed at the back. So actually, you know what? I will make a substitution. And after all that, I'm going to go back to 3 at the back. So I think I'll bring Romero on. Just trying to find what I normally play. There it is. Yeah, I will bring... I think I'll bring Højbjerg off. I'll put Bentancur in the centre of midfield. Put Lucas Moura in that cam position. Where is... Oh no, Lucas Moura, sorry. I will put left wing back. Kulusevski in the cam position. And I will take off Højbjerg, who is pretty knackered. And I will bring on Romero. So, corner to Southampton. Can we see out this last 7 minutes plus stoppage time? We make a substitution. Let's see what we can do here. Southampton going to swing this one in with Djenepo. Can we get this clear? We can't get it clear. It's bouncing around in the box. And what is going on? Oh, it's a disaster. What on earth is going on? It deflected off of one of my defenders. I didn't even see who. I think that's an own goal. Well, he's celebrating. And I've just made the substitution. What is going on? The ball bouncing around all over the shop. We don't win the ball. It comes off. It's Tanganga. Comes off Tanganga, goes through his legs. Bounces over Hugo Lloris. Eric Dyer bullied by the Southampton defenders through the legs of Tanganga. Lloris, what is he doing? Emerson Royale can't get there in time. What an absolute disaster. And you know what? I'm going back to 4-3-3. So, fortunately, I didn't take one of my strikers off. So I will now go back to 4-3-3. So, yeah, sorry about this. This is a bit all over the shop. I'm going to bring Son there. Lucas Moura, put him there. I'm going to have Kulusevski on the right-hand side. Heung-min Son, left back. Dyer. I have Tanganga at the back. I'll leave Tanganga there. I've got Dyer. Who can I bring on the centre of midfield? I've got Oliver Skip. I'm out of substitution, so Eric Dyer is going to have to stay in midfield. Bentancur is going to take up that cam position. Kulusevski out wide on the right. Lucas Moura is going to have to go to left back. So, yeah, bit of an odd formation, bit of an odd lineup. I'm going to have to go for these last 10 minutes, but last 5 minutes, sorry. But I'm just going to have to go for it here and see what I can do. Lucas Moura now trying to bring it in field. Gives it to Bentancur, to Kane. What can Kane do? He can't do anything. That is a great, great challenge. And we are leaving ourselves very open here. Djenepo goes past Emerson Royale. What was I doing with that challenge? Djenepo full of energy so late in this game. But Tanganga making amends for the earlier goal. Bentancur tries to find the ball to Son. He does find the ball. Does Son have the pace? Does he have the fitness to keep going? He does. But that is a poor ball. It's the wrong ball. I was looking for the oncoming run of Bentancur. I didn't find him. And that is that. It will end here at St Mary's 2-2. Southampton 2, Tottenham 2, and unfortunately, we cannot continue the positive momentum of all of those wins. So it will stay 7 wins in this episode, 1 draw. We do remain unbeaten, which is the positive, but unfortunately we cannot get it done. So a bit of a disappointing way to end that episode. And we had 59 possession, but only 4 shots to Southampton's 8. So yeah, we really weren't particularly proactive in the attacking third, unfortunately. But yeah, we've got to settle for a draw here at St Mary's. So let's go ahead and see what impact that will have on the Premier League table. Liverpool are 4 points clear at the top with 45 points after 20 games. We are up into second place though, ahead of Manchester City, 2 points clear of them. We're on 41. Manchester United make up the remaining 4th position. Aston Villa having a great campaign so far. They're up to 5th. Arsenal doing much better now. They are up into 6th, where you would probably expect them to finish. Chelsea, though, down in 9th place. So they're having a bit of a shocker after 20 games played. So very, very disappointing for them. And if we go right the way down, we've got Leicester City in 18th, Nottingham Forest in 19th, and Leeds down in 20th. So yeah, Leeds, bit of a poor run of form for them. I don't think they were down in last position last time I checked. So yeah, a few tricky results for them. But yeah, anyway, for us, up into second place in the table. So it's been a really, really positive episode. Bit of a disappointing ending with that draw, but we do manage to pick up 7 wins in this episode. 1 of those in the Europa Conference League, but the rest of them in the Premier League. So great stuff from us in what has been a jam-packed month, a jam-packed episode. So yeah, plenty of games to watch in this episode. So I hope everyone really, really enjoyed it. And as we look on to January and the next episode, episode 7, we've got Nottingham Forest away. We've got a trip to Sheffield Wednesday, I think that is. Is that Sheffield Wednesday? In the FA Cup, I'm going to assume. And have a look at that fixture. Can't quite find it. It is Sheffield Wednesday. So, yeah, interesting tie there in the FA Cup. We've got Arsenal at home and we've got Chelsea away. So, 2 huge games in the next episode. So, as I said, absolute jam-packed episode today. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can join me for the next episode. If you have enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like and subscribe. It will do the channel wonders. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you next time.